Every time. The stupid mic, bro. All right. Here we go. Stupid motherfricka. Ladies and gentlemen, back to square one. Hi. Good to see you. Every time the freaking mic turns itself off. It's every time I refresh. I'm sorry about that. So what we are doing today is the giveaway. Before we go, before the giveaway, guys, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. The mic does this. Oh, it has its own brain. It has its own brain. I promise you. I fixed it. So what we're gonna frick this, man. So stupid. Okay. Today's the giveaway. I said a lot of things you didn't hear. Here's what it is. The giveaway is what we've been talking about for the last few weeks because Monica blessed our community with multiple different cards to give away. So we have 2 winners. I put everything into ChatGPT, gave all the rules of what the giveaway is, and it's going to generate random winners right now for you guys. So before we go to Melani Pawlowski's testimony, we're going to do our giveaway. So this giveaway specifically is for our community, and then the other giveaway is going to be for the members only. Members only, that means all Chiefs, Warriors, Chiefs, and motherfrickin' ones. You guys will have a live after this where we'll do your giveaway, and you'll get to see who won. So are you guys ready? Here we go. 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 There we go. It's doing it. Okay, so our winners are Modest Wellness and Gabriella Friedman 214. I don't know if you can see it. It didn't work. So it just went on there. Let me make sure that this is working. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Because it did it for me. I loves doing this issue. There we go. There you go. Right here. So Modest Wellness and Gabriella Friedman 214. So excited for you guys. I'm so happy for you. That's so awesome. Congrats. Please send me a message on askcolbyj@gmail.com so I can send it to wherever you want me to send you your card. So congratulations to you guys. Super excited for you. I love being able to do this. Thank you also, Monica. She's the reason why we were able to do this. So congratulations to you guys. Send me a message, please, at askcolbyj, and then take a screenshot of your homepage of your YouTube so I know it's you for a fact. And yeah, we'll be doing giveaways. So this is not our last one, but Merry Christmas, and we'll get it to you ASAP so that way you can have it before Christmas and go shopping. You must be subscribed to the channel and had commented Scar Christmas. And so that giveaway is now over. Members only still have a chance for 2 more winners before the giveaway is over. So if you are a member, you still have a chance to win. So with all that being said, thank you guys for being patient with the mic. I don't know why it does this. Every time I close out this app, it's going to give me problems. And the last thing I want to say, I know we just had a very, hard video kind of to go through. We're going to keep it moving. I feel like I said my piece. I have nothing but love and respect for you guys. So we're not going to continue to talk about what we already discussed the other day. And yeah, we're just going to keep going. But with all that being said, we have 2 more winners pending and for the members only. So if you are a member, you still have a chance to win. So awesome. Excited for you. Let's get to Melani's. It is only 52 minutes. I have a feeling it is not going to take us 52 minutes. I have a feeling that it's going to take us a lot longer. So I'm going to give you my honest thoughts, my raw thoughts, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let's get to it. Let's make sure you guys can hear it. I don't know why it gives me so many issues, but frick this. And then tomorrow we're going to be going straight into Ian's. His is a lot longer. His is about 1 hour and 50 minutes. So these 2 are back to back. Make sure.
All right, the witness has been sworn before we begin.
What the living hell was that? Fix this.
With direct examination, I am going to inquire from the witness because this trial has been both live streamed and open to public access. Ms. Pawlowski, have you reviewed or watched any of the trial testimony since this case started?
No, sir.
Have you talked to anybody about the testimony they've given at trial?
No, sir.
Okay, that'll conclude my inquiry. Then you may inquire Ms. Blake on direct.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes. Melani Pawlowski, Melani Pawlowski.
Gosh dang. That is a mouthful, huh?
Ms. Pawlowski, do you know an individual named Lori Vallow?
Yes.
How do you know her?
She's my aunt.
Do you know an individual named Alex Cox?
Yes.
And how do you know him?
He was my uncle.
And do you know an
You
individual?
guys can hear it, right? Please let me know you can hear it. It's playing through for me. I just want to be absolutely sure that you guys can hear it.
Named Chad Daybell?
Yes.
How do you know him?
He married my aunt Lori.
Do you recall approximately when he married your aunt?
I believe they were married sometime in November of 2019.
And had you met him prior to Lori and he getting married?
Yes.
Thank you guys for letting me know.
In relation to your relationship with Alex Cox, were you close with him?
Yes.
And how about with Lori? Were you close with her?
Yes.
At some point, did you look to Lori as a mother figure?
Yes.
And when you met, do you recall approximately when you met Chad?
I believe in November of 2018.
Did you continue to interact with Chad from that point on?
Through Lori.
Oh,
So
please. No, you did not. No, you did not. It was not through Lori, and you know that. You had your own relationship, and you called him dad. So slow down.
When you say through Lori, would you communicate with Chad through Lori?
She would say, Chad said to tell you this, or it would be mostly through Lori for the most part.
Would you also send messages to Chad through Lori?
Yes.
Did that include you asking Chad for guidance or advice?
Yes.
Would you say at some point you developed a close relationship with Chad?
Yes.
At some point, did you eventually begin referring to him as dad?
Yes.
You barely know him, but you called him dad. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I call a lot of people around me dad that I've just met. I call a lot of my friends dad's dad. I just call people dad at the store.
At some point, did Lori and Chad begin sharing teachings with you or their purported beliefs?
Yes.
Do you recall them sharing some teachings regarding light and dark?
Yes.
Do you recall which one of them, or if it was both of them that shared those things with you?
Both.
And when you say both...
So let's just stop right there. Obviously, this is stating the obvious, but if you are calling him dad, that automatically makes Lori your mom. That's how I see that. Even though I don't know if that's what was being said, you wouldn't call him dad and if you did not think of Lori like mom. So keep that in mind.
At times, were they both together when they shared those with you?
Both together and separate.
So at times just Lori would share them?
Yes.
And at times just Chad would share them, is that fair?
I don't know if I remember a time where it was just Chad. I do remember them being together and then with just Lori.
And with what Lori was teaching you, do you know where those ideas were originating from?
I believe they came from Chad.
Do you recall what they taught you or told you in relation to light and dark?
From what I remember, Chad was said to have a gift to spiritually discern, and he could see light and dark, or if a person had good intentions, but that he could see through and had that gift.
And did you ever learn about him having some kind of a tool or something that he would use to help him discern light and dark?
Yes.
What did you learn about that?
That he had a pendant or like necklace, something to that effect, that he could, like a pendulum kind of thing, or he could get an answer to something he wanted to know.
And it looks like, and just for the record, it looks like
that
you were...
doesn't even make sense. You just get an answer from having a pendant or a pendulum.
making a swinging motion with your hand. Is that correct?
That's what I've seen from other people that will use like a tool or something like that, I think you swing it, and if it swings one way, it means yes or no. I'm not sure exactly.
Might as well have had a effing magic 8-ball at that point. That is about as accurate as at least magic 8-ball straight up will give you an answer. Pendulum, oh, if it lands on the left side of my pinky, you're a dark spirit. Stupid as hell.
And was it your understanding that Chad always had to use that tool to discern light and dark?
From what I remember being told is that he didn't always need that. It was just something extra he could use.
At some point, did Chad and Lori teach you about castings?
Yes.
What do you recall them teaching you regarding castings?
From the basis of where it comes in the scriptures, where you raise actually, I don't even know if that specifically is in the scriptures, but where you raise your right hand and can cast out a dark spirit or a demon. But they would explain how to do that and the correct way to do that, or sharing different ideas on how what that could mean.
And did they teach you who castings would be done on or for?
Yes.
And who were those individuals?
That you could do, you could cast out at any time for anybody if you feel like you're being inflicted with some type of dark spirit or a bad feeling, that anybody at any time could raise their right hand to the square and cast out.
That's not what you were doing. And that's the thing. She's going back to LDS teaching, which bugs me because a lot of these people do this where the LDS teaches that I don't remember. So I'm not going to speak to that because I don't remember. Maybe if somebody is LDS watching, you could elaborate on that. But I have heard that growing up, that you can basically put your hand up to the square, means this basically, and cast out a demon. But even that is more in the LDS realm. So now they're acting like that's what they were doing. They weren't in a circle doing this. They didn't just erect arms to the square. I guarantee you that. They were doing the seances and whatever that meant. And Zulema was trying to earthquake, and Lori's windshield wipe in the air. And I don't know what Melani's powers were. We know Chad's over there just I mean, stupid shit. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. You all in a room are grown adults. Like, it just doesn't even, I don't know. It's all made up. It's all made up. So I guess that's what they were doing. This was not at all what they said they were doing, right? They were not hand to the square the way that I think the LDS faith teaches you. But I don't even know. I can't speak for the LDS faith. So someone who is LDS, if you're in the chat, could preference. I don't know.
Did you participate in any castings?
Yes.
Do you recall who those castings were done on or for?
I remember one where Lori invited us over to do a casting on Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And
For Charles.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
And you said it was done on Charles?
Yes.
Had you been told anything in relation to Charles being dark at that point?
I think at that time they believed, and Lori and Chad believed, Charles was affected by some type of dark spirit.
When you participate in a casting, is the person there? So was Charles physically present when you participated in the casting?
No.
And as part of the casting, was anything physically being done to Charles?
As I'm not
By any of you?
Oh, no.
So he's not
So
there.
what was the point? What were you doing? Let's hear that.
No one's laying hands on him during a casting.
No.
At some point, did you learn whether or not JJ had been labeled as dark?
Yes.
And what did you learn in relation to that?
There's an objection based on foundation
And Your Honor, I'm just asking broadly if at some point she learned that.
and subrogate.
At some point, did you learn that JJ had been deemed dark?
Yes.
Do you recall what you learned in relation to that?
I don't remember super clearly on that, but just that at some point JJ was affected by some type of darkness.
Did you ever learn anything in relation to Tylee being labeled as dark?
Yes.
And what did you learn in relation
And
to
then
that?
you find out that Charles was quote unquote killed in self-defense, and he was labeled dark, right? And then Tylee disappears. She was labeled dark. Then JJ disappears, and he was labeled dark. Anybody up here? No, apparently not. Or we forgot, because that you can't be. that dumb. I'm sorry.
That I believe Chad labeled her as dark.
Do you know who it was that labeled JJ as dark?
I assume that it was Chad.
And is that because Chad had the ability or
Judge, I'm going to object at this point. It's bleeding.
Sustained.
previously had you learned about Chad having the ability to discern light and dark?
Yes.
In the casting you participated in, do you recall if Lori was present?
Yes.
Do you recall if Chad was present?
I believe he was.
Do you know?
I'm sorry, Ms. Pawlowski, could you maybe pull the mic a little closer? I think we're barely picking you up.
Yes, sorry.
You're welcome.
And it might be directional too if you pop it just under your chin.
Okay.
That's better.
Is
Thank
that
you.
better?
Do you know where the idea of castings, the way that Chad and Lori were teaching it, originated from?
Judge, could I have some foundation objection?
Your Honor, I'm asking if she knows where it originated.
You have to say objection first. Have we not learned how court works?
Sorry, could you say it again?
Do you know where the idea of casting, at how Lori and Chad were teaching it, where it originated from or who, with whom?
From what I remember, their teachings and their ideas were constantly changing, but I believe the original idea came from the Julie Rowe podcasts where she would teach how to cast out. And she
Oh my gosh. It can't be that bad out here. Julie Rowe is your teacher. Oh my gosh. What is it? Remember how we talked about what's her name? Jody Hildebrand. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just like this branch off of the LDS church that's just going off the rails.
had a like a long way of doing that. And then I think they kind of both, and Chad and Lori, when I say both, kind of added their own ideas to that from there.
And we talked a little bit about Tylee, but did you know Tylee Ryan?
Yes,
And how did you know her?
she was my cousin.
Do you recall when the last time you saw Tylee was?
I believe the last time I saw her was when she was packing up in Arizona, preparing to move with her mom and with JJ.
And do you know JJ Vallow?
Yes,
And how did you know him?
he was my cousin.
And you last saw him around that same time?
Yes.
She moved up when? I'm not letting this slide today. I'm not.
Prior to Lori moving, do you recall Charles passing away?
Yes.
Do you recall
He did not pass away. I'm not going at Lindsay right now. I'm just saying.
learning of Charles passing?
Yes.
Who did you learn about it from?
From what I remember, my
From what I remember, please.
ex-husband pulled me into the garage and had Adam Cox, my uncle, on the phone. And he said,
I'm going to object at this point. Calls for hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, and I would say it doesn't go for the truth of the matter. It goes for the effect on the listener.
I'll still sustain the objection. The question was, what did she learn? And that's coming directly now from some hearsay, so it's sustained.
So you learned from Adam Cox.
Judge,
Yeah.
the witness is being led. Objection.
I'll sustain that as well. That was a leading question. Strike the answer.
Who did you learn? Who told you about Charles passing?
I remember Adam Cox told me my
I'm
ex.
going to object at this point.
We're not going to get anywhere here.
Response calls for hearsay.
Overruled.
Yeah, shut up.
You can continue.
My uncle Adam Cox, I remember, was on speaker on my ex-husband's phone, and he said Charles had been murdered.
Judge, I'm going to move to strike. I previously objected.
That's sustained. The answer is stricken.
At some point, did you speak with Lori about Charles' death?
Yes.
What do you recall what she told you regarding Charles' death?
Yes, I remember I went to her home, and her and Tylee were still shooken up from it, but they explained that there was some type of fight that my uncle Alex got into
Wait,
with
hold on,
Charles.
hold on. Slow down. You went to their home when? Because you said that Adam told you, but Adam didn't find out, I don't think, until it was posted in the news, which would have been at least a day or two later. So,
And that Alex shot Charles.
Yeah, but you were so close to Lori, but you had to hear it from a third party.
Were you aware if Chad had ever designated Alex to have a certain role in this life?
Judge, I'm an object. There's lack of foundation.
Overruled.
You can answer if you know.
I'm not sure specifically what that was, but probably designated something.
Okay.
Did you ever talk to Alex about Charles' death?
Yes.
What did Alex tell you?
He told me that Charles had become enraged and that he got into a physical fight with him, that there was a baseball bat involved, and that Charles had hit Alex in the back of the head with a baseball bat, and then he ended up shooting him with his gun that he had.
I don't know if that sounds almost to the T what Alex and Lori came up with. So I don't know, but that's about to the T how Alex explained it. Like I told you guys what he said to me, and it was so cold. And when we talked about this before, and it's a hard subject to get into, but it's just the logic of it. If you present a gun in a moment with someone with a bat, it's very hard for me to think that any person, almost anybody, would continue to attack you with an effing bat as you present a handgun. And you also can shoot someone in the leg or the arm or anywhere other than that. So there's a lot of just immediate holes in that story that are just immediately, well, you know it's a fake story, but it's so illogical for so many other reasons if you really start thinking about it. But that is exactly how they said it. But the thing was, I did not know how close Melani and Lori were at this point. So whatever.
And this took place prior to Lori moving to Rexburg, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to Lori about why she was moving to Rexburg?
I don't know if she told me she was moving right off the bat. She was kind of, I just remember when she was moving, she was telling everybody different things, kind of where she's moving, or that she was needed to be protected and had to protect the kids, that she was going into hiding.
So she mentioned needing to be protected.
Yes.
Who else moved with her, if you know, when she left to Rexburg?
She took Tylee and JJ, I believe, with her when she moved to Rexburg, and Alex Cox helped them move.
Did Alex Cox also move?
Yes.
When did you move?
At some point after they moved to Rexburg, did you end up visiting them?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately when that would have been?
I believe it was the end of September, on a weekend when I wasn't with my children, and I flew up to visit Lori.
Where did you stay when you were in Rexburg?
I stayed at the apartment that Lori was staying at.
When you arrived,
So you hear, let's recap for myself here. So you hear that everyone's dark. Charles is then murdered. And then you go to Rexburg and Tylee is nowhere to be found, right? And you just hear she's down the street at BYU, Idaho, studying at 16, okay, at the dorm, even though it's a damn walk away from where they were living. It's so close, you wouldn't need to live at the dorm. You wouldn't even want to spend the money on that. And then you hear that JJ's dark, and when you show up, he's not there either. Is that not an immediate thought of just like, what the hell? What the hell? And by the way, I like when you guys have to guess what's in my cup. I'm not going to tell you.
did you see JJ?
No.
Did you
Judge,
s-
I'm objecting on the basis if we could just have some foundation as to time and date.
Your Honor, she said one of the last weekends in September.
I'll overrule it.
And to clarify, was this of 2019?
Yes.
When you arrived, was JJ there?
No.
Was Tylee there?
No.
Do you recall if Melanie Gibb or David Warwick were there during your visit?
I don't remember them being there during my visit, from what I remember.
Did you ask
Oh, we don't
Lori
remember anything, guys. Remember?
where Tylee was?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
I got a few different answers, but one I remember clearly was that she was with a friend from college at BYU, and that she was kind of doing her own thing. But that's one of the main answers that she would give.
Did
One
you
of
ask?
the main answers she would give. What was the other one? why would you say one of the main answers?
Ask where JJ was?
Yes.
What did she tell you about JJ?
She said she had hired a nanny there in the area and that the nanny helped a lot with JJ.
So the nanny took JJ overnight and for days on end where you never saw him? And then when you moved there, he still wasn't there? Does the nanny have him?
Prior to going up there to visit, had you spoken with Lori on the phone?
Yes.
Did you ever hear Tylee or JJ in the background?
Not that I remember.
During that visit, did you see Chad Daybell?
I don't remember if I did or didn't.
Okay, I'm getting pissed. Whoo! So you didn't see Daddy? Come on now. Come on.
In October, do you recall going on a trip with Lori?
Yes.
Where did you go?
To, sorry, you said October?
Yes, October.
We went to Hawaii.
Do you recall going somewhere with her prior to traveling to Hawaii?
Yes.
And where was that?
Missouri.
When you went to Missouri, was Tylee with you?
No.
Was JJ with you?
No.
Did you ask Lori where they were?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
I think she said that the nanny was helping with JJ, and I don't think Tylee at the time needed like a babysitter. She was old enough to kind of be independent.
Yeah, no, all the 16-year-olds I know are pretty independent. Yeah, they just take care of themselves. They're not minors. They don't need anything. She can drive. She's good. She's in college. But she's I don't know, half a damn mile away. Couldn't come visit ever. She's so busy. And JJ's with his babysitter while you go to Missouri. So, you know, it is what it is. Warren says, no one should have to find out via the media that their siblings are missing. That must have torn you apart, Colby. Yeah. Yeah, it was horrible. I found out that they were missing from the cops and then found out all that other information as other people learned it. So you want to talk about finding things out as they're happening. It was tough.
Or maybe it could have been too that Tylee was helping with JJ. I can't remember exactly.
Did you ever hear Lori on the phone with them while you were in Missouri?
No.
And then you said you traveled to Hawaii with her in October as well.
Yes.
And again, is this October of 2019?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately what part of October, what time in October you went to Hawaii?
I believe it was in the middle of October.
Was JJ with you in Hawaii?
No.
Was Tylee with you in Hawaii?
No.
Did you ask Lori where they were?
I believe I did. I probably would have, yes.
And do you recall what she indicated to you?
I don't. Probably one of the same answers she had been.
Judge, I'm going to move for objection speculation. She answered the question.
Sustained.
Did you ever hear Lori on the phone with JJ or Tylee while you were in Hawaii?
No.
Did you hear her on the phone with Chad Daybell?
I heard her on the phone, but she would put headphones in, so I never knew who she was talking to.
All right, so I have to pick apart some things, and I'm sorry, I just have to. Number one, yes, Lori was using her headphones all the time, and yeah. So that's not totally a lie, but that's a damn lie that she didn't know who it was. They were so close that they were traveling around without kids, both of them having multiple children, young children, and they're just fucking around in Hawaii in the middle of October. No worries, no whatever. Like, and I didn't even know about the October time. So that means Lori went just before, took Melanie back to Hawaii in October, right before she went back, a week later, 2 weeks later, to marry Chad. I don't know how to. It's just, yeah, I'm really, this is so easy to pick apart. It's not even funny.
Did you know the nature of Chad and Lori's relationship?
Somewhat, or I thought I did. Now I have different ideas, but
at the time, did you think they were really close?
Yes.
Do you know, or did you observe them talk on the phone a lot?
I'm going to object at this point without some foundation.
Overruled.
You can answer if you know.
Can you ask that again?
You observed them talk on the phone a lot?
Lori always had headphones in, but I assumed.
Judge, I'm going to object.
You can't say that.
Calls for speculation.
Well, the answer is so it's sustained.
Did Lori ever tell you that she would talk to Chad?
Yes.
Did Lori ever tell you that she would exchange text messages with Chad?
I assumed she texted with Chad. I don't think she ever, I mean, probably, she probably would say I texted Chad and he said this.
You don't call someone dad that you don't know. So I don't know. That's really not going to work for me.
She would give you messages from Chad, correct?
Yes.
So you knew, based on what she was telling you, she'd been in communication with Chad.
Yes.
Did something happen back in Idaho while you were in Hawaii?
Yes.
And what was that?
What was that?
Tammy Daybell passed away.
How did you learn that information?
Audrey, who was staying with us.
Judge, I'm going to object. It's going to call for hearsay.
At some point while you were there, you learned of Tammy's passing, though?
Yes.
How did Lori seem to be?
Who the hell is Audrey? Is that the girl you guys were talking about the other day?
She, from what I could tell, seemed in a state of shock, just surprised.
Did Lori head back to Idaho after that?
Yes.
Did you head back to Idaho right away?
No, I stayed longer.
Was someone else supposed to go on the trip with you and Lori to Hawaii?
I think I found out later that Alex was going to come with us on that trip.
Why didn't Alex go?
Lori said Chad had something that he needed help with.
That's it right there. Man, these people are sick as hell. Chad needs some help, so Alex is going to make it to this trip in Hawaii. He's going to stay back and help Chad Daybell murder his wife. But then we'll all get together again, and we'll all do our little seances, and we'll just keep going, and we'll kill as many people as we need to along the way. I'm sure Lori was in shock.
At some point, did Chad or Lori talk to you about the Church of the Firstborn?
Yes.
What, if anything, did they indicate in relation to Chad's role with the Church of the Firstborn?
That Chad believed he was to help organize and learn more about the Church of the Firstborn.
Did Chad and Lori ever share with you what they believed their mission in this world to be?
I believe it was to help with the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Look at him writing on his pad.
And we talked about the dark and light and you turning to Chad for advice. Were those some of the things that you would ask Chad if someone was dark or light?
Yes.
At some point,
I like that, McSpunky. That's funny.
Did you learn a different term for people that were possessed?
Yes.
And what was that term?
Zombie.
Do you recall who introduced that term to you?
I believe it was Lori.
At some point, did Chad or Lori also talk to you about what it meant if someone was possessed or became a zombie, where the actual person would go?
Yes.
What did you learn in regards to that?
So that there was some type of darkness that you couldn't cast out. And so if this, that the Lord in his due time would have to take, that person would pass away because this darkness was too much or something like that.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
So if someone were to be possessed and with a strong enough entity, essentially the body would have to die.
Judge, that's leading. Calls for
Sustained.
speculation.
That's a sustained on leading.
If someone became too dark, would the body have to die?
Judge, leading.
Overruled.
I believe so. That I think that was their idea, that they would pass away because they couldn't have this darkness inside them, or that it overtook them.
And do you know where that idea originated from, or with who?
Judge, calls for speculation.
Overruled.
The zombie idea, or
The idea that the body would have to expire.
I'm not sure where it originated, but I believed it to be Chad.
Writing on his pad. The Chad pad.
At some point,
Dumbass.
did you have conversations with Chad and Lori about law enforcement?
Yes.
What did they tell you in relation to law enforcement?
They told me that law enforcement was corrupt and that they were after them and that they couldn't be trusted.
Did they tell you anything in relation to whether or not to speak with law enforcement?
Yes.
And what did they tell you?
They told me don't speak with law enforcement.
Judge, can I have some foundation?
Overruled.
Objection.
At some point, do you recall?
Dude, you never say objection first. It's pissing me off. I'm not even a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to object, then tell them why you object.
If specific law enforcement officers were identified as dark by Chad and Lori?
Yes.
Who were those officers?
Detective Aramisio and I want to say Detective Hope. Is that? I'm not sure if that's right. It was somebody who was related to Tammy's family, I think.
You think?
And those are the two you specifically remember being named?
Yes.
At some point, did Chad, well, let me back up. Where were you living in November of 2018?
I moved up
Or
to
2019, excuse me, November 2019.
I moved up to Rexburg the first week in November of 2019.
Yeah, Chad didn't need, after this happened and Melanie, daughter Melanie flipped on him. He's on that pad writing down, she's dark now. Can't believe it. Can't believe everyone's turned on me. Everyone's dark except me.
Were you also living there in December of 2019?
Yes.
At some point, did you learn JJ and Tylee had been declared missing?
Yes.
Did Chad tell you anything in relation to where you should be living?
I remember that he said that Madison County wasn't safe and to wait until the whole thing blew over, but that I should move away out of that county for the time being.
And was this after the children had been deemed missing?
Yes.
And that wasn't the biggest red flag. After what Alex said, because Melanie Gibb testified that you were there when Alex was asked where the kids are, and your answer and his answer was you don't want to know, and you are apparently present for that. So why is it not safe to talk to cops? It's not safe for anybody to know where Tylee and JJ are, and you definitely don't want to know where JJ is, though. You wouldn't want to know.
Did you have occasion to observe Lori and Alex together?
Yes.
What did you observe about their relationship?
That they, from what I could tell, just had a playful, fun sibling relationship, would help each other out as brother, sister.
Would Alex do what Lori asked?
I'm not sure everything she's asked him, but for the most part, he would help her.
Oh, he'd do what you asked, though. You already know what I'm going to reference. He would do what he was asked. Yes, and you are one of them. We'll leave that for another day.
Or if she needed his help with something.
Did you have an opportunity to observe Alex and Chad together?
Yes.
What did you observe about their relationship?
Alex admired Chad and looked up to him like a brother.
Would Alex do what Chad asked him to do?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I believe he had enough trust in Chad that he would listen to him.
And you talked about learning Alex stayed behind from Hawaii because Chad needed his help with something?
I believe that's what Lori said, that he was going to come with us, but
she's throwing it up for speculation, which is why Pryor can jump in here, because she's so unclear.
And it ended up not working out.
I wonder what Pryor's thinking. I have to use my F word. I think I already said one today. But is he not thinking, we are so fucked right now? There's no way out of this. The chat is not. Do you hear this? Like, what are you thinking? All you can do is walk up and say, so, did you know Melanie Gibb? Was she there with you? Frick out of here, bro.
When law enforcement were looking for the children, did you observe anything about how Alex seemed to feel about that or behave?
He seemed calm and normal, just collected his normal self.
And did Alex tell you anything in relation to how Chad reacted to law enforcement getting involved?
I don't remember who told me, but it was...
Object calls for speculation. It's hearsay.
Sustained.
Did you ever talk to Chad about concerns you had regarding tracking devices?
Yes.
What do you recall about that?
Chad reached out and told me that my ex-husband was following me and had put a tracking device on my car.
Did that turn out to be true?
Yes.
Did that make you trust him more?
Chad?
Yes.
It validated a lot of the things he was saying. for me at least.
Yeah, then you have zero spiritual discernment. It's either you are, and I'm going to put this as lightly and unrude as I possibly can. It's either you are so lack of discerning, or you are either so absent of critical thinking, or you believed all of it and now you're changed. It's one of those three.
I may have just a moment.
You may.
I'm going to fast forward the moment. Oh, it's over. Oh, gosh.
All right, cross-examination, Mr. Pryor.
Do you know Melani Gibb? Your name's Melanie.
Good morning, Ms. Pawlowski.
Good morning.
I want to start off with the trip to Hawaii. Can you tell me when approximately you and Lori went to Hawaii?
I don't know the exact dates, but it was towards the middle or end of October.
And how long of a trip did that detail?
I believe it was a week, right around a week or 10 days, maybe.
Yeah, you guys needed a break. Yeah, you've been through hell. You need a break in Hawaii. You need to lay out and relax and get some rays, you know, get some sun.
Do you have any recollection
Get yourself a little daiquiri, virgin daiquiri, huh?
Lori ever leaving in that relative period for a longer trip to Hawaii, like 2 months or longer?
During the month of October?
No, in 2019, 2020.
What?
After, I guess if this answers your question, like after December when they left to Hawaii?
Well, I'm referencing a time when JJ was with Charles and Lori went to Hawaii for some time during that period.
That's
You remember
way
that?
earlier in
I'm
the
not sure
year,
how
dog.
long she went to Hawaii for.
February and March of 2019.
Yeah, you just
Do you
said when
recall
did
that?
you go with her? That confused me. You said Hawaii, and then you literally rewound to the freaking beginning of the year when you asked about October.
I'm not sure what dates it was.
Okay. I want to go over a little bit of a procedural history so I get some context as to where you were living. So in November of 2018, where were you living?
November of
2018, I was living
2018.
in Gilbert, Arizona.
And you were close to Lori and Lori's residence as well?
Yes.
Okay, how close?
If I remember right, she was living in her Chandler house. So probably 10, 12 minutes.
And in November of 2018, did you at that time know a person by the name of Melani Gibb?
There's no shot, bro. Shut up. There's no way he did it. I was kidding. No way. Get out of here, bro. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious.
Sometime in 2018, I think it was when I was introduced to Melani Gibb.
Do you remember when in 2018?
I think towards the November sometime.
Did you participate in go to a seminar in 2018 with Melani Gibb and Lori?
There was one Prepare People event that I attended, and I believe, I don't remember if she was there, but Chad was speaking at it.
Okay. And prior to that time, are you aware whether Lori had been introduced to Chad prior to November of 2018?
I believe she had already met him by November 2018.
Oh, okay. And you had already met Melani Gibb at that time as well?
There's no way. I was kidding. I was kidding because it's so ludicrous that it would go to Melani Gibb, but the fact that it's actually happening is even better than what I thought.
I believe so.
And you traveled to this Preparing the People conference?
It was in my city or just in Mesa, I believe.
And Preparing the People, explain to me what that is.
It was my first time attending. I didn't know much about it, but Chad was speaking amongst a few other people, and it was like a mostly LDS based ideas of the second coming or how to prepare for the end of times.
Okay. And thank you for bringing that up. These Preparing the People conferences, these gatherings are are based on your LDS faith. Is that right?
Objection, Your Honor, misstates the testimony.
Sustained.
Based on ideas of LDS faith.
Some of the ideas there were LDS based.
Okay. And when you said the idea about the second coming,
Yes.
is that one of the ideas that's LDS based?
Yes.
Okay. So these preparing the people conferences are not anything that's inconsistent with being a member of the LDS church. Is that right?
No.
Not that I saw.
Okay. And
Oh,
you were,
gosh. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? That is about the same amount of logic of you believing that this was LDS based. Come on now. It's not. It's just not. It's simply not LDS based. So much of it is so out of this world that it's not.
there for the conference, right?
Yes, I went to that one conference.
Now, I came across some information on something called Seven Gatherers. Remember that?
It doesn't really ring a bell.
Okay. And you don't recall being involved with an organization called the Seven Gatherers with Melanie Gibb and Lori and Saluma Pastenev?
Objection, Your Honor, counsel's testifying.
Overruled.
Do you recall being involved in an organization called the Seven Gatherers with Melanie Gibb, Saluma Pastenev? Lori and yourself?
I don't remember being a part of a group called the Seven Gatherers.
Okay.
I can't do this.
Now, you previously testified that, well, I'll ask it this way. The vast majority of the information that you received about Chad came only from Lori. Is that fair?
Yes, most everything came through Lori.
So you didn't confirm any of this with Lori. You basically took your aunt's word when she said Chad talked about these various topics. Would that be fair?
She's getting caught because that's not true. Chad for sure talked to Melanie. For sure.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's a damn lie.
And when Lori talked about moving from Arizona up to Idaho, you indicated that she wasn't particularly clear actually where she was going to move at that point. Would that be fair?
Yes.
In fact, there was a discussion with Lori at the time after Charles's death that she talked about living with Melanie Gibb. Do you recall that?
I didn't know she
Oh
planned.
my gosh, bro. There's no shot. It's not that. Is the whole goal, like they must have sat down before the trial and said, pin it on Gibb. She flipped on us. Pin it on her.
to live with Melanie Gibb.
She never told you that?
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Okay. So if Lori were to make a representation that she would be,
Objection, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Counsel's testifying
Sustained.
and move to strike.
Stricken.
so this idea of light and dark, you originally mentioned that
What's
The light
different
and
for
dark-
us now is the fact that we've watched all the trials, and so we know Melanie Gibb was way more involved, especially when we found out about Charles's trial in Brandon's. So there's a lot more there.
is, well, I guess I would like you to clarify. Are you saying that the mentioning of light and dark is something that's within the LDS faith in terms of the scriptures?
It does talk about light and dark in the scriptures.
Okay. So that was not a unusual or a new subject to you as part of being of the LDS faith. Is that right?
I didn't have a great grasp on it, but
Okay.
from what I understood it, the basis came from the scriptures.
You mean bad and good? That's not the light and dark scale. All of that is not an LDS teaching. So that's a misrepresentation because it's not. Good and bad, sure, but that's the whole light and dark idea is not.
Now, did you ever speak directly, and I mean face to face, to Chad about the children?
Are you referring to Tylee and
Kylie and
JJ?
JJ.
I don't know if I did.
Okay. So, so any sort of information that you received about what Chad may have said, quite frankly, almost all of it came from Lori Vallow, did it not?
Most of it came from Lori Vallow.
Okay. You mentioned the name Julie Rowe. That name has come up previously. How do you know Julie Rowe?
I've never met Julie Rowe.
Do you know anything about what Julie Rowe does for an occupation?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Overruled.
You
I
mentioned-
believe she had a set of podcasts where she would talk about spiritual beliefs.
Okay. Did you ever attend any of her gatherings?
No.
And as far as Melanie Gibb, did you ever participate in any of Melanie Gibb's podcasts?
No.
Okay. Now, this idea of casting, you mentioned the idea of casting. Was that casting also part of your LDS faith?
It talks about casting out in the
No,
script.
no. You guys know I'm not even LDS anymore, and I'm not gonna let that be said as a LDS thing, right? Not even being a part of the church anymore, you still have to differentiate. She's not representing her own faith because she obviously doesn't even know what she believes, at least all the way to this point. Maybe she's changed her convictions. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the whole idea of casting, I never even learned about casting demons in any way, shape, or form until I started studying non-denominational Christianity and the Bible. And I remember thinking, why wasn't this ever talked about really as far as like Jesus and demons? Like, I just remember thinking that that was weird because I was like, huh. And then when I read it in 2020 for myself, you can read in all of the Gospels the examples of when Jesus did cast out demons. We've talked about this before on this channel because you need context. If you read what Jesus did with demons in the Bible, if you're reading the New Testament, every time someone was demon possessed, he kicked the demons out and the person was always restored. There was never someone who fell to their death after a cast out. Okay, and we're not even gonna use the word castings because that's just even weirder. But a like not an exorcism. What would it be called? Deliverance. If he did a deliverance, the person would return to normal, right? We've already used biblical points before in the channel just to give you guys more context. But never once was there a killing of anybody who was demon possessed. So even that alone goes against the LDS teaching because they do use at least some of the New Testament. So all of that would not make any sense. If you were LDS, you should know better because that wouldn't even make sense to you. So it's stupid. So stupid.
Scriptures. I wasn't very familiar with it, but it
Okay. So when we're talking about, it talks about castings talked about in the scriptures, we're talking about the LDS scriptures, are we not?
yes.
Okay.
Where?
And then I want to ask you a little bit about the term energy work. Are you familiar with that term?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
And that is not also an LDS belief, at least that I know.
I think some people believe in doing different types of energy work.
And
guess
what?
I don't
Give me
know
an example
exactly
of a
what it
type of
means.
what
He
type
doesn't
of
even let her talk though. He's like just blah, 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 blah.
energy. What would be an example of a type of energy work?
I'm not super familiar on it, but from people I've met that do energy work, they will either almost like a reading.
Okay.
They'll say if you have certain cords attached or certain connections to like your ancestors.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
No,
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't.
kind of
What the
does.
hell is a chord? Are we a guitar? What the hell are we talking about here? I can't follow that.
But the term of vibrations, have you heard that term before?
Yes.
And what is vibrations?
I believe in energy work that you could be on a higher or lower vibration, like a frequency.
And that frequency is used for what?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not super familiar on.
Oh
frequencies.
gosh.
Would it be fair?
Stop it. Stop. I'm getting pissed off. You heard all of this. Why are you not familiar with it? That's just like that pisses me off more than anything to act like you weren't in the inner circle. That just genuinely makes me even more mad than when you're lying. But the fact that it's like you'd have no idea is seriously ridiculous. Yes, you do.
Fair to say that some of this energy work is to be able to communicate with other entities?
What?
Yes.
Okay. It could be used to communicate with the dead, right?
Yes.
You
And so-
vibrate, talk to dead people. We ever seen a movie? Because usually that's just you hear their voice. Have we ever seen a Sixth Sense? Have we ever seen a movie where there's voices? I don't think you have to vibrate to get to them.
Investors.
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever participate in energy work with Lori and Melanie Gibb?
I didn't really know a whole lot about energy work. From what I remember, I think Melanie Gibb was more familiar with it. So I would listen to their ideas, but I don't know if
And your recollection is Melanie Gibb was the one who was instructing you and Lori about the different aspects of vibrations and
Objection, Your Honor.
That's such an obsession. I can't. I don't know if how much longer I can do this. I don't know if I can handle this. Why is he so gung-ho on Melanie Gibb? I can't.
Counsel's testifying. These are facts, not evidence.
Sustained.
Move to strike.
The question is stricken.
Would Melanie Gibb
has a
teach
term.
you about this vibrations and energy work?
I don't remember talking a lot with Melanie Gibb about vibrations or energy work.
You do have a recollection, though, that Melanie Gibb was more versed in the understanding of
Objection,
energy.
Your Honor. Misstates testimony.
Overruled.
You do have a more distinct recollection of Melanie Gibb teaching you about the different aspects of energy work, right?
I don't have a distinct memory of talking about all the different aspects.
Okay,
of
but
it.
she was well versed in it.
Right.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Cutting her off before she's done, please. You can complete your answer.
Thank
Sorry, I don't.
He can't. How many times does the judge have to check you on that, bro?
with it.
All right, I'll re-ask it. I apologize for interrupting
Okay.
you. I've got it in here and I want to bring it out and it's coming out too fast, so I'll try to slow down. Melanie Gibb had a better understanding of this vibrations and energy work than you did.
I believe so. Yes.
And this was something that, were you aware of whether she went to remote camps and talked about this energy work?
Yes, she told me she went to camps and different things for that.
Okay. And when did she tell you that?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Overruled.
I don't remember, but I think it would be sometime maybe in 2019 or 2018.
Okay. And at that point, was it your understanding that Melanie Gibb was teaching this energy work or at least instructing it to people at these remote camps?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for hearsay.
Oh my gosh.
Overruled.
It sounded like she was maybe teaching at those classes or at if they were camps or meetings, whatever she was attending.
And again, this was in
The lawyer sounds sweaty. That's good, Murdoch. I like that.
2018, 2019?
I'm not sure, but I lean towards 2019.
Okay. Now, this idea of this term zombie, that was a term that you heard from Lori Vallow. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. You never had Chad walk up to you and use the term zombie, did you?
I don't know if he, I guess I would say I assume he used that term with Lori together.
Okay. And
That's not what
you're
he
assuming
asked.
that because all of the information that you got regarding Chad Daybell came directly
She's
from
just
Lori Vallow.
lying about how being close to Chad. That's what's bothering me the most about it all. It's not true that you did not talk to Chad at all. That's all we need to know.
Vallow's mouth, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Misstates prior testimony.
Sustained.
All of the information about zombies that you learned came from Lori Vallow, did it not?
I don't know if it all came from Lori Vallow. I believed it to come from Chad.
Okay. And what are you basing that it came from Chad on? Chad never told you that, did he?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Overruled.
Chad never told you or used the word zombie in front of you, did he?
I can't remember a time that he did, but
This isn't supposed to be this funny. It's just so stupid to watch this happening. This was real life at this time. Like, this is him thinking he's killing it. He turns his head and just stays there waiting for her answer, and she can't remember a thing, right? You got a memory like Dory. Right when it's convenient, right?
And again, this reason for when you went to Hawaii, I believe that was in October, the reason you felt Alex stayed behind is because Lori told you Chad needed Alex to help him with something. Is that right?
yes.
Okay. You didn't hear that from Chad telling you he needed help from Alex, right?
No.
Was there anything unusual that you observed with Alex and Lori's personal relationship?
Not that I observed, no.
Okay. Would it have been a habit of Alex that when Lori moved to a new location, Alex would go to the same location?
No.
Okay. Alex lived in Arizona with Lori, right?
No.
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel's testifying. Move to strike.
Overruled.
Alex lived in Arizona with Lori, correct?
For a time, yes.
Okay. Alex wanted to go to Hawaii with Lori when Lori moved to Hawaii.
No.
I don't know if he wanted to go to Hawaii.
Alex moved to Rexburg, Idaho when Lori moved to Rexburg, Idaho.
Yes, he moved with Lori.
Yeah, to go join your client who ran a cult. Yes, you're right. And you know it.
And Alex wanted to move with Melanie Gibb and Lori when she was going to move back with them to Arizona.
Objection, Your Honor. Facts not in evidence. Counsel's testifying. Move to strike.
Where the fuck did Melanie Gibb come from?
Sustained.
Judge, I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Goodbye. Shut your book and waddle back.
All right, Ms. Blake, once you're ready, you can conduct any redirect if you wish.
Oops.
Oops, you okay? You okay, Pryor? Oh.
Ms. Pawlowski,
Oops.
did Chad and Lori teach you these things?
I believe they were both present when these ideas were, both of the ideas were from both of them.
What? Both the ideas were from both of them when they were present? Yes or no? Did they teach you this stuff directly?
And you were asked a little bit about castings being part of the scriptures. When you're referencing that, do the scriptures reference it the same as the way Chad and Lori were teaching about castings?
No.
What about light and dark? Do the scriptures reference light and dark in the same way Chad and Lori were teaching about it?
No.
No, they would use it as a basis and then elaborate with their ideas.
In using that as a basis, did it draw your attention?
Yes, they had a way to explain where everything their ideas came from and how there was a scriptural basis from it.
Did that make you more open to listening to them?
Yes.
The way they talked about zombies, have you ever seen that as part of the LDS faith?
No.
As part of the LDS faith, have you ever heard it taught that a body has to be destroyed if someone's possessed?
No.
No, but I did hear that in The Walking Dead. Come on.
And Alex didn't live with Lori in Arizona, is that correct?
I believe they had separate apartments.
And Judge, could we have a sidebar very quickly?
Why?
Go ahead, Ms. Blake.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think you just clarified that you believe Lori and Alex had separate apartments in Arizona, correct?
Yes.
When Lori moved to Hawaii in February or March of 2019, did Alex go with her?
I don't know.
To the best of your knowledge, did he move there?
I don't know at all.
Really? Okay. October 2nd. What happened? October 9th, what happened? October 19th, what happened? Alex was back and forth, living in Rexburg, coming back and forth, and then came back to Arizona for Brandon, and then went back, tried to unalive Tammy, and then pretty much did, I guess. You knew exactly where he was and what he was doing, and come on.
When you talked about Alex going to Hawaii, that was for just a trip in October?
I don't remember talking about going to Hawaii with Alex. I just planned it with Lori.
And let me back up. On the trip that you'd heard Alex was intending to come, was that the October 2019 trip?
Yes.
And that was not to relocate, is that correct? It was just to visit?
To Hawaii?
Yes.
No, Lori said that he had told me he was going to join us, and then the plans changed.
And that was just a trip, though? You weren't going to remain in Hawaii?
Yes, Lori and I just planned it as a trip.
And when we talk about the light and dark, would you ask Lori to get the answers from Chad on that, if someone was light or dark?
Yes.
And did you ever learn anything in relation, and again, did you learn whether or not Charles was designated as dark?
Yes.
And was he designated as dark?
I believe so, yes.
Is Charles still alive?
No.
Was JJ designated as dark?
I believe so, yes.
Judge, this is going beyond the scope of cross.
Your Honor, is JJ still alive?
No.
Was Tylee labeled as dark?
Yes.
Is Tylee still alive?
No.
I have no further questions.
All right.
I wonder when you found that shit out. I'm sure you were shocked. I'm sure it rocked you to your fucking core, didn't it? Because I don't believe that for a second.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake. All right, that'll conclude the testimony then of Ms. Pawlowski. Is she still going to remain under subpoena from either the state or the
All
defense?
right, well, this was a shorter one. Tomorrow we are jumping into Ian Pawlowski's, and his is a lot longer, which I think is wild. Thank you guys for being patient while the mics were not working and the sound was off. To all of the members, we have our giveaway now. So I'm going to just start a live for you guys. It's going to be from my phone, and I'm going to roll a winner on the screen so you guys can see that. Other than that, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow for Ian's. Really excited for our giveaway winners. We have 2 more to go. And then we'll be doing some more giveaways in the future. So I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. It's so good to have you. Thank you guys for being so understanding and the love and the support from the last video. I'm glad we got that out of the way. And I just saw the love and the just you guys care so much, and I care about that. So I care about you guys too and love you. And I just really appreciate our community, and I'm just proud of us, and I'm proud of our community. So other than that, see you guys soon. Love you. And I will catch you guys tomorrow.